For years, the bandits of the Northwest have acted like they own the country. They post videos on social media, they grant interviews, and they terrorize innocent villagers with absolute impunity. But right now, the word on the street is that the atmosphere in the forest has changed drastically. The laughter has stopped, and the panic has begun. The headline you saw is not just clickbait, it is the reality of a massive geopolitical shift that is happening right now on Nigerian soil. Bello Turji, the man who thought he was untouchable, is reportedly watching the skies with fear, and for good reason. The United States of America, under the direct order of President Donald Trump, has deployed 200 elite special forces to Nigeria, and their mission could spell the end of the bandit reign. Today, Wednesday, February 11, 2026, we are breaking down the biggest military development of the year. The Wall Street Journal has just dropped a bombshell report confirming that these 200 troops are not here for a tea party. They are here to train, to assist, and most importantly, to help destroy the terrorist networks that have plagued this nation. Let's be very clear about what is happening. This deployment is not random. It is the direct consequence of the diplomatic heat that has been building up for weeks. Remember when President Donald Trump publicly accused the Nigerian government of failing to protect Christians? That statement was not just political rhetoric, it was a warning. Trump made it clear that if the killings did not stop, the US would get involved. Well, that involvement has arrived in the form of 200 battle-hardened soldiers. According to a high-ranking American military official who spoke to the press, these troops are here to strengthen Nigeria's counterterrorism capacity. But let's read between the lines. When the US says operational support, they are talking about intelligence. They are talking about the kind of technology that sees through the thickest canopy of the Zamfara forests. We are talking about identifying targets for military strikes with pinpoint accuracy. This is the nightmare scenario for Bello Turji. For years, his biggest advantage was the terrain. He knew the forests better than the Nigerian army. But you cannot hide from thermal imaging satellites. You cannot hide from a drone that is being piloted by a team that specializes in hunting down high-value targets. The arrival of these troops is adding serious firepower to a small team of US military advisors that were already on the ground. But this surge is different. It is aggressive. It signals that Washington is tired of excuses. They want results. And this is where the story gets really interesting. Just last Tuesday, in a virtual briefing that was watched closely by security experts, the commander of the United States Africa Command, General Dagvin Anderson, confirmed that this collaboration is the real deal. General Anderson didn't mince words. He revealed that he met personally with President Bola Tinubu. He said, and I quote, "We were able to share some thoughts and agree that we needed to work together on a way forward in the region." That meeting was the turning point. It led to this surge of unique American capabilities to augment what Nigeria has been doing. Augment is the polite military word for fix. The US is here to fix the gaps in our intelligence gathering that have allowed bandits to escape time and time again. Now, I have to pause here and ask you, the viewer, because this is a controversial move. Do you think bringing in American soldiers is the only way to finally catch Bello Turji, or are you worried about foreign military boots on our soil? I really want to read your honest thoughts in the comment section below. And please, if you want to follow this operation step by step and see if they actually catch him, do me a massive favor and click that like button right now. It helps us defeat the algorithm and get this news to more Nigerians. And if you are new here, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the update when the first major strike happens. Welcome back. Now, despite the excitement, the Nigerian government is trying to keep things calm. They know that the phrase US military base triggers a lot of political tension. So, the defense headquarters has come out to clarify the situation. They are insisting that this partnership is focused on capacity building rather than direct combat operations. Major General Samaila Uba, the Director of Defense Information, released a carefully worded statement to address the speculation. He said that all engagement with the US are conducted with full respect for Nigeria's sovereignty. He wants you to know that this is a long-standing and structured security partnership. They are framing it around professional military education, logistic support, and strategic dialogue. Basically, the Nigerian military is saying, we are still in charge. The Americans are just here to help with the heavy lifting. But let's look at the timeline. President Tinubu received this high-level US delegation at the State House in Abuja just this past Sunday. The delegation included General Anderson and the chargé d'affaires of the US Embassy, Keith Heffan. Why would the president hold a high-stakes meeting with the top US general for Africa if this was just about education? You don't send 200 troops to teach a class, you send them to change the tide of war. The reality is that Bello Turji and his cohorts now face a foe they cannot intimidate. They can scare villagers, they can ambush local police, but they cannot intimidate the US military machine. The intelligence sharing alone changes the game. Imagine a scenario where a Nigerian Air Force jet is in the sky, but the targeting data is coming directly from a US Special Operations team on the ground, using satellite feeds to track Turji's movement in real time. That is the kind of synergy General Anderson is talking about. This deployment also puts massive pressure on the bandits politically. They are now international targets. Trump's specific mention of protecting Christians frames this conflict in a way that gives the US a moral mandate to act decisively. If Turji attacks a church or abducts worshippers again, the response won't just be a press statement from Abuja. It could be a precision strike coordinated by foreign experts who have zero tolerance for terror. So, while the defense headquarters talks about logistics and sovereignty, the bandits in the bush are likely hearing a very different message. They are hearing the sound of a closing net. The Bello Turji era might be coming to a violent end, not because he ran out of luck, but because he finally attracted the attention of a superpower.